Hello, 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 and grand rising to everyone. Thank you guys for jumping on. This is the Blank Spot. We are a sublimation blanks and t-shirt transfer supplier located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina, in a little town called Casey, South Carolina. So, guys, do me a favor as you jump on, drop that city and drop that state to let us know where you guys are tuning in from. If you are first timers, type a number 1 in the comments. If you are a returning viewer, type a number 2. So, guys, we are broadcasting to several platforms. We are currently broadcasting to our Facebook, our YouTube, and our TikTok. I would be broadcasting to our Instagram, but I'm having some issues on that platform, so we're going to get it together. Make sure you follow us on all those platforms, our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell to be notified when we go live or when we drop a video. Today is $2 Sublimation Tuesday. $2 Sublimation Tuesday. And what that means to anyone who does sublimation is that you get quality sublimation transfers for $2. Now, it's just going to be a select group of transfers, but you're going to get t-shirt transfers and you're going to get tumbler transfers and also coffee mug transfers for only $2. Here's the deal. All you have to do is go to the collection on our website. The website is theblankspot.com. That is THEBLANKSSPOT.com. Don't forget the 2 S's. Go to the website. Once you're there, you're going to hit the collection that says $2 Tuesday, a $2 Sublimation Tuesday, and you're going to choose the sublimation transfers inside the collection. Remember, it's not all of the sublimation transfers. It's the ones that are in that collection, and it's going to help you out, guys. If you don't have a sublimation printer, or if you're struggling with sublimation transfers, if you're struggling with quality prints, we're going to be able to give you access to our paper, our ink, and our sublimation printer. You want quality prints to go on hopefully you have quality substrates. Whether you're doing shirts, blankets, towels, bags, cups, mugs, it doesn't matter. Your paper does matter. And one other great thing about our paper is that you don't have to use butcher paper. Butcher paper is not a requirement with our paper. So give me 1 second. I'm going to find our live on our Facebook, and I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it with our Facebook group. So give me 1 second, and I'll share that to the group. All right, it has been shared. So the people that are in the group that don't like or haven't followed our Facebook business page, they can now see it as well. So $2 Sublimation Tuesday. You're going to go to our website. You go into the website, and you're going to actually go there. You're going to go and on the front page, and then you're going to actually look for $2 Tuesday. Once you're there, you're going to be able to see the different transfers that you can choose from. Remember, guys, Father's Day and Juneteenth is right around the corner. Father's Day is this Sunday. Juneteenth is next week. So if you have customers that are desiring Juneteenth and or Father's Day items, then you have the ability to get those out there to them. Grand Rising, Wicked Designs. Thanks for jumping on. So I am going to be your host for the day. And my name is Eric. Once again, if you're just jumping on, this is the Blanks Spot. That's with 2 S's. We are a sublimation, blanks, and t-shirt supplier. Antonio, not sure if you've been here before, but you're going to be, because we're not selling what you're doing on our account. That's really rude, okay? So if anybody's looking to get their products out there, if you got equipment that you want to get rid of, do it on your own platform. Don't come on people's lives and do that. That's rude. Anyway. The Clack Fan designs are $5.49. You got to go to the website, honey. They're $5.49 though, and you only get one. They're not on sale. The Clack Fan designs are not on sale. Grand Rising, John. Thanks for jumping on. Thank you. But they're $5.49. They're not on sale. But go to the website, theblankspot.com, This is your opportunity to stack up on quality sublimation transfers. If you have not been a part of our $2 Tuesday, you're in for a treat, y'all. You're in for a treat. I'm telling you, you're in for a treat. You are in for a treat. So I'm getting ready for an event while we talk about $2 Tuesday on and off. Getting ready for an event this coming Saturday. It is in High Point, North Carolina. Anybody out there, you're welcome. Absolutely, you're welcome. No problem. If you are anybody out there from High Point or anywhere like Greensboro, I believe that's close, North Carolina, we are going to be attending a I want to say it's a music festival. It's a music festival this coming weekend in High Point, North Carolina at a park. I'm not familiar with the area too much, but I hear that the event planners or the promoters, they go around different areas promoting events like that. And we're going to be there on Father's Day weekend, and we're going to be sharing some of our items. So this is where we kind of go into our custom mode. Okay, so we're going to go into our custom mode. We're going to be selling t-shirts and tumblers and fans. We're also going to be selling. I'm creating some 40-ounce tumblers and also some beer steins that I'm working on right now. Creating some 40-ounce tumblers and some beer steins to sell for them out there while we're there. So if you're near that area or you know somebody who's going to be in that area, come on out. I know it's a paid event. It is a paid event. I believe the cover is $25 to get in, but it's an R&B music festival is what it is. Okay, so why would you want to participate in $2 Sublimation Tuesday? It's really simple. Maybe you are new to sublimation. Maybe you're new to sublimation and you don't have a printer. Maybe you do have a printer, but you've realized that, hey, you know what? It's going to be more cost effective for me to allow somebody else to print, especially if I can get transfers for as little as $2. You may be someone who has decided to say, hey, you know what? I want to go to an event. I want to attend an event, and I'm going to sell some generic items, and there's no better place to get them from than a blank spot. You can get as many as you want, but you have to get a minimum of 10 to be placed in your shopping cart. That now allows you to experience our paper. Now I'm going to tell you guys something, and you may not believe me. And I understand if you don't. You do not have to use butcher paper when you use our sublimation paper. Unfortunately, there are some business owners out there who are selling you a product that requires more parts. They're selling you a product that requires butcher paper, and our paper doesn't require butcher paper. A lot of people think that sublimation paper and butcher paper are synonymous. A lot of people think they go hand in hand, but they don't. If you're currently using a paper that requires you to place butcher paper over your heat press or to protect any part of your press, then you definitely want to check out our transfers. No butcher paper required. It is a vibrant ink release, and I recommend you take advantage of it because you now have the ability to share these amazing products with your customers. All right. It's been a minute since I've been on here prepping live for an event. It has been a minute. I'm gonna be using my my oven, man. I hadn't used this oven in a minute. I got stuff that I've been looking for, not using. Let me go get me a I need my X-Acto knife now. Anyway, once again, if it's your first time, type of number 1. Welcome everybody who's the first time. If you're returning, type that number 2. If you do sublimation, type of number 3. What paper do you use? We use our own paper. We have our own paper. That's a great question. The Blank Spot Sublimation Paper. You can go to our website and you can buy our paper in increments of 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 14, 11 by 17, and 13 by 19. We do carry paper rolls. We have 8.5-inch paper rolls. Our 13-inch paper rolls are out of stock right now. And if you have an Epson 520 or if you have a 24-inch sublimation printer, we do carry 24-inch paper rolls as well. Hey, Pandora, how you doing? Thanks for jumping on. So we have our own sublimation paper and also our own sublimation ink. For those of you who don't know, we've been doing that for about for the last 3.5 years since like about 6 months after we got started. And it is, I believe, it's the best paper in the sublimation land. Once again, if you're using sublimation paper, and this may sound like a dig on somebody, but if you're using sublimation paper and you find yourself having to use butcher paper, that's not normal. I want y'all to understand that. As a matter of fact, I want you to ask the company why you have to use butcher paper. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. I want you to ask the company that you purchase your paper from, why do you have to use butcher paper? It's not normal. It is not normal. A lot of y'all think it is because that's some of the things that y'all's crafting buddies have been passing along. And you think that, butcher paper is something, or parchment paper or some type of cover is just normal, but it's not. Using butcher paper to cover your sublimation paper is usually an indication that your paper is going to bleed. And you're trying to protect your heat press, your tumbler press, your mug press. You're trying to protect that press from that bleed. So what you're doing is basically what you've seen other people do. Somebody recommended a paper to you, and they say, hey, this is a good starting paper, or this is what I use. And they probably told you or showed you, hey, but just make sure you use butcher paper. Well, it's not normal. Okay. It's not normal to use butcher paper with your sublimation paper. For one, you just ended up spending more money on products and supplies. Butcher paper and parchment paper can get expensive. That's another step. Also, with our sublimation paper, you don't have to put your item at 400 degrees. You have to put your press at 400 degrees. It's not necessary. 400 degrees is hot. And for someone to say you have to press at 400 degrees, that's saying a lot. So when you actually order our transfers, we're going to give you a little card. And the little card is going to look similar to this. It's going to look just like this. The card is going to look like this. It's going to have the sublimation prints on here. It's going to have recommended temperatures and times. Recommended temperatures and times. Now, of course, the pressure, you're going to have to figure out the pressure because every substrate is different. Okay. But it has the recommended temperatures and times. And I challenge you to do your due diligence, to do your homework, to find out why the paper that you're currently using requires you to use butcher paper. Anybody out there using a paper today that requires butcher paper? Type a number 4 in the comments. If you're currently using a paper that requires butcher paper, type a number 4 in the comments. I promise you I'm not going to judge you. Or has anybody in the past used a paper that required butcher paper? I know we did. We used a paper that required butcher paper. And little did we know that it wasn't normal. It wasn't until we was introduced to another business owner and we used their paper. We got the vibrant transfer that we wanted. And then my wife said, hey, you know what? I want to sell my own paper. So she did her homework. She got with a vendor. She told him what she wanted. She got hundreds, and I promise you, I kid you not, hundreds of samples before she decided upon the paper, and also before we decided to put the paper to market. Now we have our own sublimation paper. It is the blank spot sublimation paper, and it is fantastic. We have some people on here who have used our paper, who can attest to it. We don't have any bad reviews about our paper. You have to understand that our paper, which is sublimation paper, works great on any printer, any sublimation printer. There's no need, just letting you guys know, for those of you out there who like to boost the ink up, there's no need. Got another number 4. Okay, got a me. There's no need to increase the ink. A lot of people talk about, and I saw this on social media the other day, about double printing. That was my first time seeing somebody say that out loud, double printing. And there's no need to print with a lot of ink, because print with a lot of ink means that your paper is going to have to dry. More ink does not guarantee your project being vibrant, but ink release does. I've seen paper several times, people purchasing paper, and they got ink left on the paper, right? The ink is supposed to be on the substrate. But anyway, that's that part. That's that part. So if it's your first time here, this is the Blank Spot. We are a sublimation blank and t-shirt transfer supplier located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. And today is $2 Tuesday. Go to the website, theblankspot.com, go on the front page, look at $2 Tuesday, and you can choose from those selection of sublimation transfers. You got to put a minimum of 10 in your shopping cart. Now, remember, if you buy one item, you're going to get 2 transfers. One item equals 2 transfers. That's why we only requiring that you put 10 in. You're going to end up with 20 transfers. Let's see. I'm not going to even get into it. I wish I had never said it. But basically what it is. People are printing twice. It's a whole bunch of foolishness that you see in this lane, man. I'm telling you. That's what double printing is. People are running their image in there twice. And I never thought somebody would actually say that on live, double printing. But if you wanted to get more ink on your printer, all you gotta do is adjust the ink, the quality on the printer. But I don't know. We fall for a lot of things. But anyway, yeah, that's never good. That's never good. Because who's to say that you're gonna get that thing lined right back up? You know. Anyway, $2 Sublimation Tuesday. So, like I said, we're getting ready for an event. It is the R&B Festival, R&B Festival in High Point, North Carolina, and I'm going to be doing some Father's Day beer steins, and I'm going to be doing some Father's Day 40-ounce tumblers as well. Oh, oops. Uh-oh. Let me see. Something else. Oh, there it is right here. So, make sure you guys like the video, share the video. All you first timers, welcome. All your repeat customers and returners, welcome back. If you have not tried our sublimation transfers, you do not know what you're missing. And this is the best time to do that. Okay. The best time to do it is on Tuesday. You already know what you want. Now we do offer custom sublimation prints as well. We offer custom sublimation prints. We offer them in a gang sheet. So you can actually go, and if you see something that you want to do on your own, you want your own custom images, we offer that printing as well. Okay. Man, I'm super excited, man. It's summertime. We got a lot of events. We got a lot of events going on, a lot of things to attend to. We get an opportunity to meet more people. When we go to these events, man, we're not crafters. I want y'all to understand something. If you see us out there selling a t-shirt, selling a tumbler, we're not crafting. We're actually out there trying to get business from other business owners who do not have any branded items. So we're out there talking about marketing. We're talking about branding, from their apparel to aprons to tablecloths, all types of stuff. And I want y'all to think about that. That's a little bit of a nugget for you, all right? If you're gonna be out there, I recommend you go out there like that. Don't go out there talking about I make t-shirts. Go out there talking about, hey, I make marketing material, branding material for your business. All right. If you go out there talking about I make t-shirts, I'm not sure how much they're gonna respect you. That's just a little nugget. That's just a little nugget. So, hey there, how you doing, young lady? Shalom. Thanks for jumping on. So it's $2 Sublimation Tuesday. And I'm gonna tell you, you can never have enough sublimation transfers, especially if you're doing business. I know a lot of you guys are doing this for a hobby. Nothing wrong with that. We attract a lot of hobbyists. Thank you for your order. We attract a lot of hobbyists. Nothing wrong with that. However, if you are a business owner, if you're going to these vending events, if you're doing some pop-up shops, you need to consider having access to basic transfers. Basic transfers. Things that anybody might want to pull off the shelf. Anything somebody might want to pull off the shelf, man. And that's where we come in. We have an array of sublimation blanks. If you guys are into sports, we have sports themes. If you're into the clack fans, we have clack fan themes for sports as well. If you guys are interested in different items, different genres, faith-based, teachers, nurses, we have those as well. We cover a lot of ground. We cover a lot of ground. Sublimation is a science, y'all. It's a science. And if you think, and this is not to insult anybody's intelligence, but if you think that you're just going to go out there and you're going to get a sublimation printer and you're going to start printing, something's wrong. Because it's more than just printing. Thanks for calling the blank spot, man. Help you. Thanks for calling the blank spot, man. Help you. It's going to be a challenge to just get a printer and just start printing. It takes practice. It takes time. It takes understanding sublimation. See, I did a pop-up. Like Grand Rising, thanks for jumping on. I did a pop-up shop and did shirts on the spot. Did very well. Yep, we print on site. So that's something that we have made it a common occurrence. It's normal for us to press on site. We go out there with our pre-created designs, pre-printed designs, and we press on site. So yeah, absolutely. And that's good. Congratulations. But these transfers are here for you if you're interested. Sublimation Tuesday. Can these be resold as a digital? No, they cannot. I'm not sure what your business model is, but we are sublimation blank suppliers. So we are only selling, we're only selling the physical products. Only selling physical products. I know that there are probably some people on other platforms that are doing what you're talking about, but it's not us. So we're only selling physical products. But you can resell these. You can resell these on an item, i.e. a shirt, a cup, something like that. So you can resell the images on a physical product. Okay, you don't need licenses from us. We don't have a problem with that. You like this shirt? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm going to be featuring more on Tuesdays. I'm going to be featuring more 3D shirt options as well in the future. Let me see. Anybody else? I'm digging the interaction, y'all. Appreciate it. Like I said, I'm getting ready to press a couple of beer mugs. Temperature's kind of high. Drop that for a minute. Gonna press a couple of beer mugs, or burn a couple of beer mugs, bake a couple of beer mugs in my oven. Hadn't used this thing in a long time. Hope I don't mess up. If y'all have any events coming up and you offer sublimation items, whether it's apparel or drinkware, it's a great opportunity to stack up. It's a great opportunity to stack up. The gang sheet prices are right here. Unfortunately, we try not to discuss prices on the website or online, because if I give you everything that you think you need, then you won't go to the website. But if you go to the website, theblankspot.com, you go and check out custom sublimation prints. You can go to printing and transfer services, and you'll see the list of gang sheets we have, and you'll also be able to see the prices. Because it's not a TikTok shop and I don't have a picture on there, I'm not going to be sharing prices. I hope you understand. My goal is to get you to our website. Just so happens that you found us or you came across us on TikTok. Just so happens you came across us on TikTok. But you definitely want to follow us on our Facebook and our YouTube because we're very active on there. I'm not as active on TikTok anymore. But yeah, if y'all got a pop-up shop or pop-up to go to or event or something like that, there's nothing wrong with doing custom items. You think you need to look at a tutorial on how to make all over shirt? Let me ask you a question. I'm glad you said that. Are you wanting to make an all over shirt just so you can say that you accomplished making an all over shirt? Is that a personal thing that you want to accomplish? Because I'm gonna share this with you, and I'm not gonna assume about equipment, but it's always easier to have the equipment. I know several people locally who make all over shirts or 3D shirts. They don't have the right equipment, and it doesn't stop them from doing it. It's just a lot of pressing, lots of pressing. You got 3 lined up, Pandora? That's what's up. We do have a service where you can outsource making the shirts for us making the shirts for you. We have that service. If anybody's interested, you can message me and I'll send you the information directly. I mean, but if you're just doing it because it's an accomplishment that you want to accomplish, then cool. Do we print 3D tees? We print anything you want to print sublimation wise. There is an option as well on our website and all over shirt. Of course, you have to design it and upload it. It is an option on our website, which is theblankspot.com. So do I take the heat press to the pop-up and run a generator? Yes, I do. We actually take this one right here. This is a 16 by 20. Yep, that's how we do it. But while y'all asking these questions, don't forget to go to see us on $2 Sublimation Tuesday. Don't forget. Check us out. $2 Sublimation Tuesday. Now is the time to get your transfers. They're only $2. We talk about saving money all the time. But I'm going to share something with y'all that some people are going to get and some people won't. The lack of money is costing us money. Anybody get that one? The lack of money costs us money. If somebody's having a discount or a sale and we cannot afford at that time to participate in that sale, that means we got to continue to pay full price. You know today that next Tuesday is going to be $2 Tuesday. So you can go ahead and get yourself together for next week if you can't do it today. So yeah, definitely take that tutorial because it is more than just getting the press. I had to learn that myself. We've had a large format heat press for about 3 years now. And even with having the large format heat press, I had to learn how to use the heat press and I had to learn how to manipulate the items as well. So yeah, that's going to be important. That's definitely going to be important. So if you're just jumping on, this is the Blank Spot. We are a sublimation blanks and t-shirt transfer supplier located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. Getting ready for an event right now. Nobody really does a lot. For Father's Day. And because they don't, we got to try to keep up with the different observances. You know, when it was time for Mother's Day, everybody was all over it, man. When it was time for Sweetheart Day, everybody was all over it. But I haven't heard anybody talking about Father's Day. Have y'all? Have y'all heard anybody talking a lot about Father's Day? I hadn't heard a lot. I hadn't heard a lot at all. Anybody making anything for Father's Day? Anybody getting any sales for Father's Day? No, you don't. You don't hear that much. I wonder why that is. I mean, I got an idea. I've got an idea. Father's Day shirts, okay. That's what's up. Embroidery for Father's Day shirts. That's what's up. You know, dads like to be spoiled too sometimes. And don't just think just because it's a man that y'all can't make sales, because even though the men may not be the ones doing the purchasing, the wives will. And they'll be doing some purchasing for the children as well. So y'all don't sleep on it, because a lot of people missing out. Don't sleep on it. A lot of y'all missing out. Every holiday, every observance is an opportunity to get some new customers and make a sale. So I got some beer steins in there right now, and you'll see the designs that I have that I'm using. And then I'm going to do some 40-ounce tumblers in that same oven. So just so you guys know, you just happen to be on here while I'm doing this, but I'm not here to talk about crafting, just so you know. This is just our prep time right here. I'm here to talk about $2 Sublimation Tuesday. We do have these 40-ounce tumblers for sale. You got a few orders for Granddad? Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. I like that. I like to hear that. I like to hear that people are taking advantage of the opportunity. And that they're not just saying, hey, we're going to just do one genre of people. Has anybody ever done a 40-ounce tumbler? Type a number 2 in the comments. Type a number 2 if you've done a 40-ounce tumbler. My joint came up short, man. Anybody did a 40-ounce tumbler? I get that transfer together. Right, what's going on? Thanks for jumping on. Got a couple number 2s. Have y'all done the all over? I tried one all over. It worked out pretty well. But I just hate doing that centerpiece. I really do. So it's been a while since I did this. And I know what I did wrong. I got to do it longer. $50. Do you have tumblers? And if so, how much? Yes, we have tumblers, and the price. How you doing? The price is on the website. We have every tumbler. I think we're out of 30 ounces, though. Price is on the website, guys. So if you guys are new to our platform, we get on here, we talk about topics like how to improve or enhance your business. We don't do a lot of craft talk on here. Can't use this, but that's all right. I'll be able to use the next one. So yeah, we're doing some glass right now, man. I'm probably gonna do some shot glasses as well. How hard is it to do a tumbler for somebody starting out? If you can follow instructions, I think the hardest part is going to be if you're new and you haven't watched any type of videos, it's probably going to be great. But if you have listened to somebody, the hardest thing is going to be to wrap it, full wrap. So I would recommend before you try to do a full wrap, just get a transfer on there. Maybe do like a half of a wrap. And it's not hard though. I mean, my wife taught me, and I picked it up real fast. Me and our son picked it up real fast. I'm gonna be doing some shot glasses too, y'all. Yeah, and not burning them. You gotta think about with the tumblers, doing a tumbler or glass or anything in the oven, it's just like cooking. If it's green, it's undone. If it's brown, that means it's overcooked. So you got to get it just in the middle, which means if you're using the tumbler press, by the way, we sell tumbler presses. If you're using the tumbler press, then you're going to want to be able to play with the temperature, time, the pressure. Remember, sublimation is about 7 different things. Okay, temperature, time, pressure, substrate, paper, ink. You know, those things are gonna be important. So it's like anything else. It's like anything else in sublimation. It's like anything else in sublimation. If you decide to use an oven, you're gonna have to learn your oven. Um, just recently, I'm gonna bring this up because that's how I make my content. Just recently, someone reached out to me via one of our Facebook posts, and they asked about. And I know it's not a tumbler, but it's the same concept. I asked about they asked about a fan. They asked about a fan, and they're talking about they're having problems pressing their fans. Well, here's the issue. Y'all got to remember, each substrate is different. So I can give you the temperature and the time that I use for my substrates, but you don't have my equipment. Oh yeah, I was about to mess up, y'all. I can see it coming through the glass. I can give you the temperature and time on my substrate, but you don't have my equipment. So if I give you the temperature and time, it's not going to do you any good if you got different equipment. It may get you started. So having a certain type of equipment is going to matter as well. A lot of people don't do that. They don't understand that. You say you watch me do a few in the live, yeah? It's really not hard, man. I mean, I don't come on here to try to make it look super easy, because everything is just not that easy. But I also know that with time, you'll get better. So you just got to do it. You got to do it, and you're going to have to pay attention to what you're doing, how you're doing. Taping is going to matter. How you tape that cup is going to matter. Ooh, yeah. So this is the bottom. And I just get that thing and line it up to the back. It's been a while since I did this. Unlike anything else, man, if you don't do it a lot, it may be a little foreign to you. Like with these beer steins. I hadn't done these beer steins in a while. So it's going to be interesting to see how they come out. I need a big glove. So give me a second. Get a big glove. Because this thing's hot. Tell y'all, man, don't do like I do. Always grab you some good gloves, man, because this stuff is hot, especially this glass. And then you'll learn how to do it your way. You'll learn how to put your spin on things. You may start off looking at how somebody's doing it, but you'll figure out how to get it done the way you want to get it done. But watching videos is a good start, but you still got to get your hands on the equipment and start doing it. Do I feel like it's a hit or miss with the tumblers? No, I don't. I feel like a lot of people who miss, I feel like they don't put enough time into it. I think that a lot of people who don't do well with tumblers, I think that they have unrealistic expectations and they don't do it enough. If you do something enough, you're going to get good at it. I mean, imagine if this is how you made your money. Imagine if you didn't have a job and this is how you made your money. Or imagine having a job. A job is not here to miss, to be honest. When you got bills, you figure out a way. When you got bills, you're going to figure out a way. What's going on, Nola? If I got time, I'll do a shot glass. That's a beer stein. It looks like it got beer in it, right? That's a Father's Day joint. It doesn't say Father's Day, but you know. So we're gonna be selling those out there in them High Point streets. Hey guys, if you're just jumping on and you haven't done so, like Miss Patrice just did, drop your city and state. If you own Hustle Talk, double tap that screen so we can get more viewers on there. If you own Facebook or YouTube, make sure you like the video. YouTube, make sure you subscribe to channel. It costs nothing to like. It costs nothing to subscribe. It costs nothing to follow. That is the true support that we look for. This summer can be epic, and using our sublimation transfers, specifically today on $2 Sublimation Tuesday, can help you to grow your business. You're going to pick out 10 sublimation transfers. They can be different ones. You can mix and match from the collection. Once you do that, just know that picking out one transfer means you get two of the same one. You just increase your chances to make some amazing sales. We do also carry sublimation shirts as well. If you guys are interested, we got our own sublimation shirts as well. I know you got customers that want custom stuff, but I promise you, when you go to these pop-up events, custom items are going to be the last things that you're trying to do. You're trying to make money. That means you need to have whatever theme of the month that's taking place, you need to have that theme in front of your customers, right? You got to have that theme. If it's Father's Day, you need to have Father's Day. If it's Juneteenth, you want to have Juneteenth. Just that simple. You're welcome. Like I said, it's been a while since I did this, y'all. So don't judge me. And people will buy unique items. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting into right now, man. That's what I'm doing. I don't know what y'all doing, but that's what I'm doing. And let's sucker back on. I'm trying to get this together. $2 Sublimation Tuesday takes place every Tuesday. And it lasts until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what you do is you go to our website. The website is theblankspot.com. You go to theblankspot.com. All right. Once you get there, you're going to go to the collection that says $2 Tuesday. You're going to pick out of that collection. And I did a full wrap, obviously minus the handle. Minus the handle. Full wrap, minus the handle. You just got to be careful with these. They do get hot. They get very hot. All right. You go into the collection that says $2 Tuesday. Got to put 10 in your shopping cart. If you do not put 10 in your shopping cart, you're going to end up paying full price. So you have to follow instructions. The minimum is 10. So that means all you got to spend is $20 plus shipping and handling. Connie, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. And that's how you greet me? Saying I need 3 cups? That's what we doing, Connie? Come on, Connie. I thought we were better than that. That's what we're doing. Come on now. I kind of like the challenge of doing this, man. I don't know what it is about this that kind of makes it so cool to do. But I love the challenge of this because I guess because a lot of people don't do it. There's another is there somebody else from New Orleans? All right, Patrice, you see that? Somebody else from New Orleans. Hey, Catherine, we're originally from Baton Rouge. I'm better than amazing. How are you? We're from Baton Rouge initially. Aquisha, I was supposed to take care of you. Give me 1 second. I got one, Aquisha. And you're gonna have to get it. As soon as I add it on. I found one. Thank you for coming back and asking. But the rest of them are coming in. Okay, Aquisha. If you're listening, Aquisha, go ahead. It is there. Ready for you. So the way that you order custom designs is really quite simple. I do have a YouTube video on how to upload your custom design. You can go to the YouTube channel and you can actually search upload custom design with the blank spot and you'll see the video. But you will go to the website, which is theblankspot.com. You go to printing and transfer services. Once you go to printing and transfer services, you're going to select your gang sheet. Once you select your gang sheet size, what you're going to do is you're going to agree to all of the terms and conditions, and then it'll let you know that you can go ahead and upload your design. You'll be able to adjust or resize your image inside of that software as well. But if you go to the YouTube channel, and you search upload custom transfers with the blank spot, you will see a video. Guys, it is $2 Sublimation Tuesday. I went to the post office early this morning. I still got to go to UPS. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hadn't checked the email. My wife usually does that. I will check. When did you email us, Tamara? We had an event this weekend, so I got to be honest with you. I did not check. You're welcome. So I think the tumblers, I think the beer steins came out pretty well. I did a full wrap minus that you see the details, minus the handle, of course. Did a full wrap minus the handle, of course. And we're going to be offering these out there at Father's Day this weekend at the R&B Music Festival in High Point. I even got that lined up on the back pretty well. Got a little shade right there. Got a little shade on the back, but I don't think nobody's going to be looking, you know. Right now is the time. If you're going to be shopping with us, now is the time to get your $2 sublimation transfers. You might be a boots on the ground person. You may know some ladies who want to get some boots on the grounds t-shirts. You may want to rep your city or rep your state with the boots on the ground t-shirts. You may want some Zodiac boots on the ground shirts. And I will check, okay? My apologies. You may want teacher or, I don't know, nurse. But if you can find it in the $2 collection, you can definitely get it. Now, Connie, you say you need 3 cups. You're going to have to go to our custom side, Connie. And I'm going to hold that placard up for you here in a minute so you can see what our custom website is, okay? If you're looking for, I'm not sure, are you looking for blank cups or are you looking for completed cups? I guess I should ask that. You're looking for completed cups, probably. Here's our custom website. Yep. So you're going to go to tbscustoms.shop. You can choose your cup there. If you're looking for something to be done custom, it will allow you to upload your custom transfer as well. You got that, Connie? Okay. You want that Father's Day mug? Was this one? I think this one's on there. Pretty sure it is. Yep, it's on there. We don't come on here a lot talking about our custom stuff. I guess I should come on talking about it more because I'm so wrapped up with selling the blanks. And then on the events on the weekends, we do well. So I'm not really looking. I'm not gonna say I'm not looking, but I don't really be thinking about, because the crowd is different. I don't know if we're connecting with people who are crafting. They got their own business and they're crafting and they want the blanks. I don't know if we're talking to people who are looking for custom items like Connie. So I kind of try to be ready when I'm on here. But yeah, we do have a custom side as well. Absolutely. So this is our custom website. It is www.tbscustoms.shop. And if there's something that you want to get done, but you don't see it on there, you can email us. Okay, you can email us and we'll be happy to let you know if we can facilitate that order or not. Okay? You got that, Felicia? I hadn't been on this long in a long time. I doubt if I'm gonna be able to get some content out of this one. Maybe the cup. I don't know. So if you guys are just jumping on and you had not done so, drop that city and state. Tap in. I love to know. All right. I'd love to know where you tune in from. Also, if you are making items, maybe you are making items and you want some blanks, we got you covered. Because we are a sublimation blanks and t-shirt supplier. Maybe you don't know what you want to do. We even have a starter kit on our website for t-shirts. Got a starter kit. All right, so this, excuse me, I had to take this apart. But this is what I'm going to be doing next, y'all. So of course you can't see it, but I had to take the handle off. All right, so this is what this is. I got it all taped up and everything. So guys, we do supply a lot of different things. We have our own sublimation paper, our own sublimation ink. We sell our own heat tape. This heat tape is yellow, but it does not stain. Okay, well it's brown, but it doesn't stain. Lots of different things that you guys can get from us. ATL, Houston Tejas. All right, lots of different things that we sell for the crafter, creator, side hustler, and or business owner. Lots of different things that we sell to get you situated. If you're new to the platform, that's what we do. One of the biggest things that I see in the crafting community is that people want to get started with stuff and they don't know how to get started. Well, we have just about every bit of supplies that you need to get started here, depending on what you want to do. If it's making t-shirts, you got to figure out what type of t-shirt transfers or the process that you want to use. You got to figure that out. We can't do that for you. But once you figure that out, we'll be able to see if we can facilitate that order for you. We sell our own heat presses. We sell tumbler presses. And we even sell hat presses. Now, I haven't put the hat presses on the website yet. I've been doing bad because we've been doing a lot of stuff, but the hat presses will be on the website this week. I think I may take some time tomorrow to discuss the hat presses. If you out there making money by making items, I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's a lot of money to be made out there. It's a lot of money to be made out there. Actually, you know what? The money's already made. To be honest with you, the money's already made. People are not going to stop wanting custom items that you're creating. They're not going to stop wanting it. The money's already made. You just got to make up your mind that you're going to go get it. As simple as that. It's already made. We do sell gang sheets. If you're just jumping on, go to our website, theblankspot.com. You're going to go to printing and transfer services. We're selling gang sheets for sublimation. Go to printing and transfer services, and you can actually choose your gang sheet and upload. There is a YouTube video that I did on how to actually utilize our design software. I need products that you don't have in-house. Could you order? It depends. It depends. So you'd have to email us, and then we'll tell you if we can get them, and we'll also tell you what the requirements are. My wife has a great relationship with her vendors. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't think it's nothing that she can't get. To be honest with you, I don't think it's nothing that she can't get. I just think that it depends on if the customer is gonna be wanting to pay the price. I'm gonna be real with you. She's got a great relationship with her vendors, and she's got access to so many things. I don't think there's gonna be an issue. I got that much confidence in her. She can find some stuff, man. Very resourceful. Hey, Lamar, how you doing? It's Tuesday. You at work? I know there's a lot of people probably out there at work, man, hiding under the desk. Y'all know y'all ain't supposed to be on social media. Y'all supposed to be at work. So I did these today, Lamar's. Are you off today? Pontiac, Michigan. I think I saw an ATL on there. And also a Oklahoma. All right. Thank y'all for jumping on. I appreciate it. And I'll just let y'all know something, man. I'm not a crafter. And I figured out how to do a lot of this stuff. Some of the stuff my wife shared with me and taught me how to do. And some of this stuff, like doing this mug, doing this beer stein all over, I learned this on my own. I put a couple of things together. I put 2 and 2 together. And I realized that it wasn't anything different than just cutting slits in it, cutting the sides out and doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that was my thing. No, I'm not customizing cups. Oh no. We're not customizing cups. So you're new to the platform. You're new to the platform. I'm not a crafter. All right. We sell blanks. We sell blanks to crafters. All right. Just so you know, we sell blanks to crafters. I'm not a crafter. I can make you some stuff. We do have a custom website, but I don't want you to get the wrong ideas. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. Think you came up on the crafting page. Just want you to know. But we're getting ready for an event. This weekend in High Point, North Carolina. So, and welcome. Appreciate it. So we're getting ready for an event in High Point, North Carolina. We can't sell blanks out there. We can't sell blanks at these events. Customers want completed items. So what we did is we pivoted and we created a custom website where we sell custom items. And we took that and we started offering custom items to some of our, yep, that's right, some of our crafting customers. So if you're jumping on, we do have a custom website. If you're interested and you want to look at our custom website, you can check that out. We do have some pre-done items on there. Can we do custom? Can we do custom and personalization? We can. You can actually go here and it allows you to see what we have. You can upload pictures and stuff like that too. So I don't know about y'all, man. I guess, like I said, it's different. It's different for y'all. When I say y'all, for you all who are doing custom items than it is for me, because that ain't really what I do. But it's a little different. I do not like making custom stuff. Be honest with you, man. I don't like doing it. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. The first sign of a difficult customer, I'm out. The first time somebody got me going back and forth, talking about they really don't know what they want, I don't either. I'm gone. So I don't have the type of patience, man. You know? I don't. I don't have that type of patience. I don't know how y'all do it, to be honest with you. I don't know how y'all deal with them customers that don't know what they want. I don't understand. I don't understand. I can't do it. I'd rather give something away than to deal with a customer that don't know what they want, man. And I ain't giving nothing away, so if y'all just jumping on, man, today is $2 Sublimation Tuesday. What does that mean and what does it look like? Well, today and every Tuesday, you can get or you can choose from a select group of sublimation transfers. You go to our website, which is theblankspot.com. That's THEBLANKSSPOT.com. Go to the website. You're going to go to the custom sublimation. You're going to go to the $2 Tuesday. Go to $2 Tuesday, and you will be able to pick from a select group of items. Let me see. I didn't see you do a friend request. Did you try to do a friend request? I mean, get on live. What's going on?
Order for somebody, and everything I did was wrong. And I was like, "Ooh, I'm just gonna put out my own stuff. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't."
I promise you that everything that you did wasn't wrong. I promise you that you had the wrong customer. Hey man, you know, it took me a while because when we started business, this wasn't the first business that we started. But a customer is a customer is a customer. And the one thing that we have to learn, especially if you're going to be doing custom items and custom work, the one thing you got to learn is that every customer is not your customer. Every customer is not your customer. So I'm going to ask you a question. And this is for everybody out there, right? Everybody out there is watching. How many people out there shop at a department store? Type a number 2 in the comments. And also with you, do you shop at a department store?
Most definitely.
You get stuff off the rack, right?
What they offer.
So y'all get stuff off the rack, or you know somebody gets stuff off the rack. See, this industry is the only industry where you're gonna have people that want to get stuff that ain't off the rack. I promise you. And the more you cater to personalities and tell them, I can give you something custom, the more people you're going to attract. And sometimes, unfortunately, the more people you're going to find out that are not your customers. Now, that might be a hard pill to swallow, especially if you want to make your bones with making items. If your desire is to build a business, you might have a problem with what I just said. But here's the other side of that. The other side of that is you can't cater to everybody. There are people out there who buy stuff off the rack. So when we go to our vending events, we go to these pop-ups, we go to these expos and whatever they call them these days, we make generic items. It may be sarcasm. It may be faith-based. It may be love and marriage. Well, that's what we call our stuff. It may be teacher stuff. It may be old school music. Somebody's going to see it. Somebody's going to buy it. Now, do we ever get customers who want their names on shirts and hats and all that stuff? Absolutely. Do we deal with them? It depends on how we feel. We have our order forms. If they're wanting to pay our custom prices while we're out there, we'll take the order and we'll do it. But we do not, I repeat, we do not accept orders without them paying, number one. We do not do mock-ups without them paying, number two. Remember, a mock-up is a design, right?
Yes.
And we make sure that our design fee is covered in the fee. The problem is, this is just my opinion. I can't tell y'all what to do with y'all business. It's just my opinion. The problem is, so many of us are so excited to get that order that we lose our mind and we don't have no system in place to take the order. So custom don't bother me because we got a system in place. I don't like doing it. But if somebody was to say, hey, I want this, 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 and this, we let them know this is how much it's going to be. We don't take deposits because if I take a deposit, it ain't going to do me no good. If I make your order and you don't pay for the rest of it, you said, well, at least I got the deposit. This stuff we had to learn, y'all. You said, well, at least I got the deposit. What I'm going to do with a cup that say Jeremy and my name's Eric? It don't do me no good with what I'm doing with a 5X shirt. What I'm going to do with a 5X shirt and I wear a 2X, you know? We don't think like that because we so excited. We so excited to get the order. You feel me?
Wow.
We gotta not be as excited to get the order and start being more business-like and be like, hey, you know what? I don't have a problem doing it, you know, but this is the requirements. And don't bend or deviate from your requirements. Pandora on Facebook says that was me before I learned. I do a deposit to do the design, not the item. That's also an idea. You can do a deposit or a design fee. You know? However, let me ask y'all a question, and this is for people who have jobs. We know how it works on a job. You work 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then you get paid, right? You trusting that company gonna pay you. Well, you can't do that with the business. Yeah, I don't see anybody going to Lowe's, for example. I don't see anybody going to Lowe's, for example, and ordering something, a special order, and not paying for it. And maybe they do, I don't know. But you ain't gonna come over here and try to do a special order and not pay for it. We just not built like that. So you gotta be mindful of how you're actually doing business. Because if not, folks will run over you. And then you'll be frustrated and you'll be mad. And anybody be mad at nobody but yourself because you didn't have nothing in place, you know? That's just my thought process. That's just my process.
Oh, it makes sense.
You know,
Do you do classes?
oh no. No, we building the business. And I say that not to be negative or sound funny. No, to anybody else who's listening. We used to give classes. We tried it. We tried to help out the local area to give classes. And once again, you know what happened? Either people didn't want to come to the classes. They asked for the classes. We scheduled the classes. They didn't want to come to classes. They talked about how much the classes cost. They didn't want to pay for the classes. Or when we started saying, hey, you got to do it in advance. You got to have the classes paid for by this time. They wouldn't do it. So yeah, they want to do it. So it ain't bother me because anybody asking for a class mean they want the knowledge that we got.
Exactly.
So
And
So-
they're willing to pay for it.
yeah, they willing to pay. So my thing is what we started doing, we're able to now work on and build our business. We can now spend more time online like we are right now, or on lives like we are right now, and building our business and capturing more customers or more potential customers. Because even though we don't give classes, we do a lot of content. So just like you may not be able to see me doing this cup right here, I guarantee you that I've done the cup on YouTube somewhere, and you can see it and go watch it. But when you talk about classes, we have another company that we teach business, right? And when crafters, and this gonna sting somebody, when I hear a crafter asking about classes, I want y'all to hear this because everybody's not gonna agree, and I really don't care. But when I hear a crafter or someone who makes things talking about giving classes to show them how to make stuff, and they want to sell it to make money, I never hear people talk about, hey, you got a class on record keeping. You got a class on inventory. You got a class on business building, pricing. You got a class on customer interactions. None of that. All they want to do is learn how to make something. Well, you can go get on the video and then get some items and learn how to make stuff. Our content is geared more towards people who want to build a business. So if you ever hear me say anything about, hey, we don't teach crafting, we don't talk about crafting or making things, you will see me or my wife, you'll see us on here showing you how easy it is to use our products. Now you may think about that. You may think about that and say, hey, well, you're giving a class. However you want to swallow it, however you want to digest it, that's on you. You may look at that and say, hey, well, I'm learning something, giving the class. Not my intention to teach you how to do anything other than to use our products, because we're a business. And our business model is not teaching classes. There's enough people out there, and I'm not saying we give bad information, but I think there's enough people out there who give bad information. We don't need to add to that. But I mean, there are some people who give classes. I mean, the classes that a lot of people need in the crafting industry, they need design classes. That's my opinion. We don't want to learn how to design. They need to know how to measure. They don't want to learn how to measure, man. They just want to. I opened up a template. This is what they gave me, and I'm sending it in to get printed. No, man. There's not a lot of people out there who really want to learn how to do this for real. People just looking to make fast money. Nothing wrong with that. That's what they want to do. But there's some consequences that come with that. We're building a business over here. And for anybody who gets bored with me saying we're building a business, this ain't the platform for you. Because nobody has a problem with us building a business when they need products and we got them. Nobody have a problem with us saying we're building a business when they need transfers and we got them. When they need them sublimation fans, they don't have no problem with us saying we building a business then. They don't have no problem when we got the products. They have no problem. They have a problem when they don't want to hear it. Right. You need help with design. You need to go hook up Shakir the Professor. You got to hook up with Shakir the Professor, man. Find out when she's having her next class. Yeah. HS Ink 365. Shakia,
Yeah.
Shakia, the professor. You can find her on social media like that.
Because I need help with design.
But you got to be ready, because she is a beast. She's a beast. You got to be ready. We talking about business now. You know, people who really want to excel and propel to the next level. Got a lot of professionals out there, but then there's a lot of people out there who just out to come up too. So you got to be careful who you follow. I said this yesterday. You got to be careful who you follow, because there's a lot of charlatans out there that are going to prey on your ignorance and your excitement. You know?
It's strange you keep saying excitement, because my best friend keeps telling me, she said, that's where you get too excited. You get too excited and you don't think. You just spent $140 and now you're disappointed when you should have thought it through.
Well, and your friend is right as far as making decisions. Business, you got to ask yourself, are you in business or are you in hobby? If you're in business owners think logically. So traditionally, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but traditionally women think emotionally. Most times men thinking logically. So if you're going to be a business owner, you got to kick in that logic. That logic got to kick in, because there's salespeople are out there. Think about going to a car dealership. They looking for people who are excited. Yeah, because people who are excited going to spend money. This may not be the best example, but think about when people transition, they pass away. Folks that's taking care of the arrangements, they're emotional. Funeral homes looking for that. They're gonna spend money when you're emotional.
I just lost my son.
I'm sorry to hear that. I am. You gotta think about it like this. Find out if you're gonna be doing this and what purpose you're gonna be doing it for. What's the reason you're doing it? What's the reason behind it? What do you want to get out of it? You know? And then you gotta, surround yourself, find people who can help you get to that level of what you want, that expectation. At the same time, be willing to do your part. Let me see. Someone says it's all a risk. Take what you can out of what you brought and make the best out of it. It is all a risk. And there is, like they say, there's no risk without reward. However, you want to be mindful that you put yourself in a position to get guidance from people who's going to help you level up. Once you decide on why you're doing what you're doing and what you want out of it, then, because you got to be able to answer those questions. Why am I doing this? You know? And that's for anybody who's listening. You gotta know why you're doing it. If you're doing it for the wrong reason, you're gonna get the wrong results. I promise you, man.
Family wealth is mine.
Okay. So you definitely need some business guidance as well. Definitely some business guidance as well.
May I ask you a question?
Sure.
Is that a convection oven you're using?
It sure is.
I was just gonna ask approximately how tall are the containers you can put in there, and how many?
Ooh, so I don't stand them straight up. I lay them down. And if we're doing 20-ounce tumblers, I can put 3 in there. Lay it down.
What sizes though are those?
This right here is It's about 10 inches in circumference. So I could put 2 of those in there.
Okay.
And it's because you have the handle on it.
Yeah.
But you can buy the convection ovens with the French doors, and you can stand those up. The option.
Yeah.
This is like the first oven my wife ever bought, man. And she stopped using it, so I grabbed it. Huh?
How long have you had it?
That oven? Shoot. About 7 or 8 years.
Wow.
But we don't use this all the time. We got tumbler presses as well. But to do this, to have this outcome, I have to use an oven. If I just was doing a front part, I could just do it in a tumbler press. Because it's nothing more than a mug, right? This is nothing more than a mug, so I can just put this in a tumbler press. But if I want to do the full, it's just like a coffee mug. If I want to do a full wrap on a coffee mug, I would do the same thing. I would cut slits around the handle. I cut slits around the handle, and I put the mug inside the oven and let it bake. Okay. But I mean, like I made mention earlier, that somebody asked me about the temperature and the time for the items that I'm doing. And I want everybody to understand this. I want y'all to hear this and see if this kind of resonates with you. If you're not using my fans, if you're not using my paper, if you're not using my ink, if you're not using my press, then all I can do is give you an estimated temperature and time where to get started. Simply put, if you didn't buy it from me, don't ask me what my temperature and time is. It's gonna vary. Not just that is gonna vary. What's gonna happen is every substrate is different. So just because you bought a fan that looks similar to the ones that we sell, that doesn't mean that your fans are gonna sublimate. Just because you bought a fan that's similar to the ones that we sell, that doesn't mean that they're going to be vibrant. Just because you have sublimation paper and sublimation ink similar to the sublimation paper and ink that we have, that doesn't mean that you're going to get the same sublimation results. Sublimation encompasses seven different things. And y'all can go to our website. On the front page of the website, we have a blog. We have a blog on our website. It's a little old. Go to the website, theblankspot.com. Read the blog about sublimation. It talks about temperature, time, pressure, paper, ink, printer, and substrate. Those 7 things are going to make your sublimation project. So if you bought your sublimation item from someone other than me, from our company, I'm not saying it's not going to work. I'm not going to say that it's not good quality. I'm just telling you that me telling you what temperature and time I use for it's not going to matter. You got somebody else's stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's a good starting point. But my thing is, if you happen to see us on social media, if you happen to see us on business media, because there ain't nothing social about this. You see us out there and you see us doing a process and you want to know what our temperature and time is for whatever we're doing, I want you to keep this in mind. If you didn't buy it from us, don't expect us to be able to help you. I don't mean it in a nasty way, but I mean it in a sensible way. Think about it. It really makes sense. If I bought something from a random vendor on Amazon, I don't know if that random vendor checked out their item. I don't know if they sublimated their item. I don't know if they tested their item before they started selling it. I don't know how long they put it in test phase before they put it out to market. I know how long we did. I know what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you what to do with them. I can't tell you what they did. Therefore, me answering that question is mute at that point. It's null and void. See, here's the thing. We're a supplier. We're not a vendor. We don't sell wholesale. We sell retail. The minute that somebody hears that we're selling retail and they say, well, I can get it cheaper somewhere else, I'm like, hey, go ahead. But what you're paying for when you pay retail from us is the fact that you know that your glass can come out like this. You know that your slate can come out like this. You know that our stuff works when you're paying retail from us because we've tested it. You know your cup's going to come out if you follow our instructions. And also, you know that you can come back and you can ask us the recommended temperature and time, the recommended pressure. But you can't ask us that with somebody else's substrates. They could have gave you a white cup that don't sublimate. And now we're culpable because we gave you some answers. And instead of you doing your homework or going back to the person that you bought it from and saying, hey, I'm having issues with this, what's the suggested or recommended temperature and time, you're going to ask somebody that you find on social media because we look alike. No bueno. That's not good. Go right back to the same company that you made that purchase from and say, hey, look, I'm having some issues. What can I do? Because you didn't buy from us. And y'all might say, well, he sound kind of bitter because you ain't buy from him. I ain't bitter, but I'm not a fool either. You're not going to go buy something from Lowe's and then go to Home Depot and ask them how it works. That makes no sense. You're not going to do it. You're going to go right back to Lowe's and you're going to say, hey, this widget ain't working. So why do it in small business? Why do it in crafting? Because y'all crafting and y'all ain't conducting business. Y'all think that everybody doing the same thing that you're doing. And it's not so. That's not going to sit well with a lot of people because I'm talking about somebody. Like Ryan said, stop talking about me. I'm talking about somebody. But these are the conversations that we have on this platform. Can we teach you how to do something? Absolutely. What good is going to do you to do something if you don't know how to make money and keep it? What's good? What good is it going to do you to do something if you still selling t-shirts for $20 and the t-shirts have gone up and you ain't went up? It don't do you no good. You thinking that you're making a profit, but you're making a sale. The two are different. You pricing the sale, you ain't pricing for profit. And that's a conversation that we have as a business, not as, oh, we just kicking in and crafting. I promise you I ain't mad. It sounds like I get angry, but I'm excited. I'm excited too. I'm emotional too about this. Because I know the people that we have helped and the amount of people that we can continue to help. You know the thing about Harriet Tubman, right? About she said, hey, she's freed so many, thousands of slaves. And she could have freed more if they'd only knew that they was slaves. Same concept. Same concept. We freed a lot of people in business. And we can help free a lot more if they only knew. Anyway, if y'all just jumping on, man, this is $2 Sublimation Tuesday. And I would really appreciate if you guys will go to the website. If you do sublimation, check us out at theblankspot.com. Thank you. I appreciate it. Go to theblankspot.com. Check us out. it's a collection on the front page. It says $2 Sublimation Tuesday. You're going to put 10 in your shopping cart. Once you do that, you're going to get 2 of each anyway. But you're going to do that, put 10 in the shopping cart. It's only $20. But you're going to get to experience some vibrant, high-quality sublimation transfers. So like I said, we are getting ready for an event this weekend. Des, you got any more questions? You're on the platform. You may as well ask.
Yeah, I was just listening to you saying if you purchase something from someplace else and go to another place to get the information, you know, I think you don't want to face the those people, so you go to somebody that got something similar and see if they can give it to you, give you the answer, but you didn't get it from there, so why ask them?
And then check this out. In a smaller business platform or format, we thrive on sales. So imagine someone calling us and asking for information and they didn't shop with us. You think? You think it's rude? It's at least unprofessional. Nah, it don't work like that. Are you gonna make somebody stuff before you get paid? I ain't gonna give them a chance to purchase something from me after they get the information. They're gonna get they are potential customers, but they're calling to fix a mess up. So it's a couple of ways that we handle that. We got a service that says pick my brain. You want to sit down and talk to us about some stuff? You can go ahead and schedule some time. Time is money.
And you can't get your time back.
Can't get it back. I cannot get it back. So therefore, you know, when you start doing business like that, and when you start conducting business and holding yourself accountable, you're gonna either make people, I guess I can't say make, you're gonna either encourage people to do business the way that you want to do it, or they're not your customers. Don't sleep on businesses that are not large. They call them small businesses for a reason. Don't sleep on them, though. Just because it ain't a large business, don't sleep on them. Some people have a lot of common sense. Some people have a lot of business knowledge. Some people actually understand. While people are out there running a kumbaya business, talking about each one, teach one, reach one, there's nothing wrong with that. But you're out there trying to teach people how to swim and you can't swim.
And you also said that everybody's not your customer.
Everybody ain't your customer. So you're gonna have to have the spirit of discernment when you're dealing with personalities. Gotta have the spirit of discernment. Because everybody's gonna want to pick your brain. If you're out here sharing information, somebody's gonna want to know how they can get some of your time. That's how it is.
You're taking me to church.
Well, I mean, you know, you gotta protect your time. Do you have a job? Okay. So now you're on their clock right now. But I just want to say this. If they called you in to work a little extra, don't you expect to get paid a little extra? Or are you going to do it for free?
If I what now?
If they call you in to work a little extra, wouldn't you expect to get paid a little extra? Or are you going to do it for free?
Reality is I would want to get paid extra, but for me, I probably would do.
I can't have that conversation with you then. Because what's coming next, you ain't going to, you might not receive what's coming next. I'm just saying, everybody has the same opportunity. Some people may start in different places, but we have the same opportunity. See, Rod said, small business also give you more of a bang for your buck as well. Yeah. Everybody has the same. We all wake up to chances and choices. If you don't protect your time, you're not going to be able to protect your peace. There's nothing wrong with helping people. But who's to say that help can't come with a price tag? I'm not saying you got to charge people for everything that you do. What I'm saying is that you're going to pay either in money or time. So if I did a free video, and I promise you, in hopes to help people to shop with us better, to understand our process, if I did a free video, it took me some time. So that means that you're going to have to take time to watch the video. Calling on the phone, messaging people, emailing, and all that stuff. I did a video, man. Watch the video. And then if you have questions, say, hey, I watched the video. I got some questions. That's how you paying. That's how you get paid. A lot of folks don't want that. You hear people talking about, hey, I want one-on-one training. You can't afford me one-on-one. One-on-one is expensive.
That is true. Back in 2000, I want to say 17 or 16, this young lady I was watching, she was charging $300 an hour for one-on-ones, and that was way back then. And she said people was like, we don't want. She said, baby, you ain't got.
Yeah.
That's just my price. And she used to go to China to negotiate prices for people and stuff, and she charged a fee like $250 or something. And she said people would bug her. Did you get my? She said, baby, I just got to China. She said, I have to negotiate with these people, and I have to do all those things. Yes, you pay me $250 for my service, but you got to wait until I get everything together. You just can't call me every day, bombarding me. You're not my only customer. So, that is beautiful, and I love that background. It's so masculine.
Yeah, thanks.
And she was, that was back then. And now people fussing over a one-on-one for $125 for an hour. She was doing $300 some for 1 hour of her time.
But I guess I say that, and this is only going to be for people who are building. It wasn't until we stopped offering classes is when we realized how much time we was wasting. And everybody's not going to agree, because like I said, we got people out there building kumbaya businesses. So everybody ain't going to agree, and that's cool. You don't have to agree. But if you're going to build a business, I don't see anybody going to Walmart or Target asking the CEOs for their time. Yeah, it is, sure. Yeah, if you can't protect your time, you can't protect your peace. I don't see them asking CEOs for that. I don't. And you won't. You won't see them. It's only on social media that we don't have the finances to do large commercials and get these A-list and B-list actors and actresses to do commercials for us. It's only on social media that we turn into business media as small business owners, that we offer our products and services. It's only then that people ask, can they do this and can they do that? And will you do this? Because they feel like you're on the same level. They feel like they can approach you with this stuff. I made a post, and I don't expect to get a lot of feedback, because that's how people are. I step on toes. And it's not like I'm trying to step on your toes, just step on your toes. But I step on toes. And I made a post, and the post said, it asked the question of why do customers think it's okay. I said, why do customers feel comfortable? Why do customers feel so comfortable making recommendations or suggestions to small business owners? I know the answer. I know the answer. They feel like they got access to you. Thank you, Maria. Appreciate it. They feel like they got access to you. They don't have a problem with making suggestions and recommendations because they feel like we're the same. Hey, Sarah, how you doing? Did you know you were on? Sarah didn't know she was on. But yeah, they feel like we're on the same level. They feel like they have access to you. You're sitting there saying, hey, why don't you do this? Or I think you should do that. When you wouldn't dare do that to a company. They're comfortable. They're too comfortable. You're right. But when I made that post and I'm looking at this, I got 5 comments on here. I'm going to read some of the comments. Here's the first comment. Nothing about the post. That's when the person was asking me about the measurements. That's all. It was nothing about the post itself. Can we have this conversation without people being uncomfortable or offended? Why do you think? And I put an image of me doing a fan. Of course, I'm gonna attract some people. So the insights show that I've had 367 views, 19 engagements, and only one person said something, and it was about the measurements or the measurements and pressing the fan. Because people don't want to be held accountable. How dare you feel like you have the ability to tell a business owner or make a recommendation to a business owner without them asking what they should be selling, how they should be doing, and these things. How dare you? What makes us think that it's okay? Because it's this interaction. You have this interaction and you feel like it's okay. But guess what? It's not okay. It's not okay. It's frustrating. It's a kick in the gut. We're trying to run a business and people are talking about, you should do this, you should offer that. And, most of the time it's ignored. You ignore it. But for people to have the audacity to think that that's okay. And they only do it to smaller businesses. You're not going to make a suggestion or recommendation to a large conglomerate because you feel like they're not going to be able to hear you. But when we start ignoring your questions and not answering it because we want to be professional, here you are tapping on the screen, especially on TikTok. Y'all good for that on TikTok. Tapping on the screen. Did you see my question? Did you see my question? You're not going to answer my question? Yeah, I saw your question. And no, I'm not going to answer it. None of your business. It's irrelevant. It has nothing to do with you. This is a business. I don't owe you that answer. I mean, how many times and how many ways do you want me to say it? It hurts, but it's true.
Oh, yes.
I'm not here to make people feel good about me answering questions and stuff. You like the pink press? We don't sell this one in this size, but we do sell a pink press on our website. You can go to the website. It's a 15 by 15. But yeah, that's what we do. We interject. We insert ourselves into places where we don't belong. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. But then when you say something, you're the bad guy. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to be the bad guy. Well, I mean, yeah, that too. But your feelings wasn't hurt when you was asking the question. One of the main questions that we get a lot of is where do we get our stuff from?
Now that's true. Who would tell their vendor?
A crafter, a non-business owner, someone who is concerned about gatekeeping. not understanding that it's not gatekeeping his business? I mean, I know that was probably a rhetorical question, but I think it warranted an answer. Somebody who's not serious about business. Me telling you my vendor, but me telling you my vendor is not going to help you if you don't have vendor money. Come on, man. People complain about spending money on regular stuff, and then you got to put a credit card of some sort on a foreign website. They complain about that. You just asking just to be asking at this point. So why answer? Because it's irrelevant. This is a business. These are the conversations that I like having. But crafters don't want to have this conversation. Crafters want to learn how to make something so they can say they made something. And then when they get ready to transition from crafting to business, they lost. Because they didn't ask the questions when they had opportunity to ask. They didn't take advantage of now somebody is trying to pour into me for free because it ain't what they wanted. Anyway, check this out. I got to go because I got to go to work. But check this out, y'all. Today is $2 Sublimation Tuesday. We are open for $2 Sublimation Tuesday until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Simply go to the website, theblankspot.com, go to the front page, go to $2 Tuesday, select 10 items from that collection, and we will prepare those for you. Okay. Lots of different things to choose from, lots of different things, especially if you're going to pop-up events, is going to be very, very important to you. For those of you, it was your first time on here, thank y'all for jumping on. Hopefully you got some value out of the conversation. If you didn't get any value, then maybe this platform isn't for you, and that's okay. We don't talk craft. You're welcome, man. Thank you for coming on. We don't talk craft talk, but we will share with you how we recommend that you best use our items. So you'll see things like tutorials, demonstrations on our products. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel, which is The Blank Spot. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. There's lots of free content on there that's going to help you out in your creating journey. Other than that, we do have a lot of different other things. We have gang sheets that you can do for custom items. We're selling tumblers. We're selling bags. We're selling t-shirts. We're Sublimation Blanks and t-shirts transfer supplier. We got single color and full color screen print transfers, Chenille Patches. We have Rhinestone Transfers, and we do have fans. So check us out. Everything that we have in our shop, in our warehouse, it is of high quality. Have our own sublimation paper, own sublimation ink. Check us out. Once again, this is The Blank Spot. Like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. I will see everybody at the top because there are too many people struggling at the bottom. Peace.